Welcome in, everybody. Today we're going to do a deep dive into, well, it's a flavor combination that might surprise you.
Oh,
Yeah, butter and dates.
butter and dates, huh?
Yeah, we've got all kinds of sources lined up. Articles, social media posts, even I think there's a YouTube video in the mix.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, and by the end, we're going to cover the nutritional side of things. I mean, what's going on there? We'll also look at the cultural significance, and of course,
Of course.
we're going to have to touch on all those tasty ways to enjoy these two ingredients together.
I have to admit, it's not a pairing that immediately springs to mind.
Right. When I first saw the topic, I was like, butter and dates, really?
Yeah,
But that's what we're here for, to uncover those hidden gems.
exactly. And, it's more than just a novelty.
Hmm.
This combination has some serious history. Centuries of people enjoying this blend of flavors.
Hmm. And we're talking about butter, which, creamy, rich,
Yeah.
and then dates, that intense sweetness. How do those two even work together?
That contrast is actually part of what makes this pairing so interesting. Sweet and savory, familiar, but also a little exotic. It's a unique experience for sure. And what's fascinating is that they actually complement each other nutritionally too.
Now, when I think of butter, I think, well, richness, flavor,
Yeah.
but our sources suggest there's a whole lot more going on. Nutritionally, I mean.
Oh yeah, butter's got more to it than people realize. It's surprisingly rich in certain vitamins.
Like what?
Well, we're talking A, E, K. Also, you get calcium and choline even.
Okay.
And there's an interesting one, conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA for short.
CLA, that's a new one.
Yeah, it's a fatty acid that's been getting some attention lately in the research world. Still more to learn, of course, but there's some evidence suggesting that CLA might play a role in weight loss, maybe even heart health.
Potentially, yeah, some studies show that it could influence how our bodies use fat,
Mm-hmm.
but, gotta emphasize moderation here. Always important.
And more research is definitely needed.
Okay, so butter's got some hidden talents, it sounds like. What about dates? I know they're sweet and chewy, but what's the nutritional story there?
Oh, dates. They're a nutritional powerhouse. They're loaded with fiber, which is fantastic for keeping you feeling full.
Yeah, especially for someone like me, always on the go, I value efficiency.
Exactly, and no one wants to be slowed down by hunger pangs, right?
Right. Gotta keep the energy up for all those deep dives. But I'm guessing fiber isn't the only thing dates have going for them.
Oh, not even close. They're packed with potassium, too. That's an electrolyte that's super important for how our muscles work, how our nerves send signals. And speaking of muscles, it also plays a key role in muscle recovery. So whether you're active or just had a good workout, that potassium can really come in handy.
So they're like little bundles of energy and recovery. I'm starting to see why this pairing might make more sense.
You're getting it.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched on their magnesium content yet.
There's more?
Oh yeah, magnesium is another key mineral, and it's crucial for strong bones. It actually helps keep those bones strong and resilient.
So we've got potassium for energy and recovery and magnesium for bone health. These dates are like little superheroes for our bodies.
I like the way you think. And there's one more thing to add to that superhero profile, antioxidants. Dates are full of them. And those antioxidants are powerful. They fight free radicals in our bodies. Those are those unstable molecules that can damage cells and lead to, well, all kinds of problems. Aging, and other health issues.
So it's like having this built-in defense system against all those cellular troublemakers.
You got it.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm starting to see the appeal of this butter and dates combination. Butter with its vitamins and, like you said, potential heart health benefits. And then dates bringing the fiber, essential minerals, and those powerful antioxidants. It's a pretty dynamic duo. But I'm also kind of curious about, the history of this pairing. Is there a cultural significance?
Oh, there's a rich history here for sure. Our sources even mention that the Prophet Muhammad favored this very combination.
Really? Wow, so this isn't just some random, culinary experiment. It's got deep roots.
Oh, yeah.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've talked about the individual players here. Now I want to know, how does this actually play out in the kitchen?
You want to talk recipes?
I do. I want to know how people are actually using butter and dates together, because I'm having a hard time picturing it.
Well, get ready to expand your culinary horizons, because we're about to dive into a world of both sweet and savory delights.
All right, let's do it.
It's a combination that you've seen it for centuries, really, in different cultures, different forms.
Yeah.
For example, in Middle Eastern cuisine, you often find dates and butter and tagines.
Oh, yeah.
Those slow-cooked stews. The dates bring a touch of sweetness, balances out the savory spices, and the butter just adds this richness.
That velvety texture. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So it's historically significant, but also incredibly versatile.
Right. Like we've been saying, it can go sweet or savory. It's pretty remarkable when you think about it.
And that versatility, it really shines through in all the different culinary creations that feature this pairing. Uh, think about, well, you've got those classic date and butter tarts. I mean, that's like a textbook example of how that creamy butter just
Yeah.
works so well with that intense sweetness of the dates.
Oh man, those tarts, that buttery, flaky crust and that gooey date filling, pure comfort food.
Yeah.
And it's not just tarts, right? I've seen recipes for stuffed dates. You take a date, make a little cut, put in a little butter, maybe a pecan or a walnut.
Oh, yeah, those are a real treat. Such a simple snack. And so satisfying. The soft date, the crunchy nut, and the butter just kind of brings it all together.
It's amazing how something so simple can be so good. And for those of us who are, always on the move, there's date butter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's a spread, made from blended dates.
Hmm.
It's incredible on toast, crackers. You can even put it on oatmeal or yogurt.
It's a great way to add some natural sweetness to your meals. Plus, a boost of those nutrients we were talking about.
Exactly. And we can't forget about baking. You can use dates as a natural sweetener in cookies, cakes, bread.
Oh, absolutely.
It gives this really nice caramel-like flavor, and it keeps things moist, which you just can't get with refined sugar.
Yeah, that's a good point. The texture is completely different. So much better with dates.
Okay, so for our listeners who are, all about practicality,
Hmm.
what are some easy ways to actually get this dynamic duo into their daily routine?
Well, there's a ton of options. Like for breakfast, just chop up some dates and toss them in your oatmeal or your yogurt, add some sweetness, and you get that fiber boost to keep you going.
That's a good one. I love a good bowl of oatmeal in the morning, and yeah, dates would definitely mix things up.
Yeah, and for a snack, stuffed dates are perfect. Easy to take with you, they're satisfying. Plus, all those nutrients, you can fill them with almond butter, walnuts, a little sprinkle of cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon.
Right, so many possibilities.
And they're so easy to make. And what about smoothies? You could use dates to sweeten those naturally. Or energy balls.
Oh, absolutely. Energy balls are a great one. Dates, nuts, seeds, perfect on-the-go snack.
Hmm.
Especially on those busy days when you need a little boost.
These are all such good ideas. But before we get too carried away with all this deliciousness,
Yeah.
we got to remember moderation, right?
Oh, absolutely. Butter and dates, they offer a lot of benefits, but, butter is high in fat. Dates are high in sugar. So, got to enjoy them responsibly.
Right. So what would you say is a reasonable daily intake for each? Like for butter and then for dates?
Well, for adults, I'd say stick to about 2 tablespoons of butter max per day. For dates, a quarter cup is a good amount. That's about 6 to 8 dates.
Okay. And for kids, should we be adjusting those amounts?
Yeah, for kids, I'd say cut those amounts in half. So 1 tablespoon of butter and about 1/8 of a cup of dates. That's like 3 or 4 dates.
Good to know. Always helpful to have those guidelines. Make sure we're enjoying these foods, but, in a healthy way.
Exactly. And, while we've been talking about all the individual benefits of butter and dates, there's something really interesting about their combined nutritional profile.
Oh, okay. Now I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, we talked about the potassium in dates, how it helps with muscles and recovery.
Right.
But did you know potassium also plays a crucial role in bone health?
Really, I always think of calcium for strong bones.
Calcium is definitely important,
Eh.
but potassium helps to neutralize acids that can actually leach calcium from our bones. So it's like it helps protect our bone density. So those dates are doing double duty, providing potassium for energy and recovery, but also supporting strong bones.
Wow, they really are little powerhouses. And what about butter? Any surprises there beyond what we've already talked about?
But remember how we mentioned butter contains CLA?
Mm-hmm.
The research is still ongoing, but some studies suggest that CLA might actually have a positive impact on body composition. It
Meaning?
might help reduce body fat while preserving lean muscle mass.
Mm-hmm. So it's not just about the taste. It's about, potentially supporting a healthy weight and body composition too.
Exactly. But got to remember, it's just one piece of the puzzle. A healthy lifestyle is key, right?
Right.
Regular exercise, balanced diet. That's the big picture.
Always good advice. So we've covered the nutritional benefits, the culinary versatility, even a bit of history and culture. This has been a real eye-opener.
It really is amazing how much there is to discover about something as seemingly simple as butter and dates.
That's the beauty of exploration, right? There's always something new to learn. even in the most unexpected places.
I couldn't agree more.
And, one thing that really stands out to me is this idea of balance. We've got the balance of sweet and savory. We've got different nutrients working together. And we even have like this balance of tradition and innovation in how this pairing has been used throughout history and today.
That's a great observation. Sometimes those most interesting and beneficial combinations, they come from the most unexpected places.
It really highlights the importance of, keeping an open mind, being willing to try new things.
Definitely. You never know what you might find, right? Some amazing flavors, surprising benefit.
Exactly. And I think this pairing, it's especially relevant for, well, someone like me, always looking for those little ways to, boost my well-being. And here we have this combination that's, well, it's not just delicious, it's also packed with all those nutrients, supporting everything from energy levels to, like you said, bone health.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that eating healthy doesn't have to be boring. It can be an adventure.
Right. And it's all about finding those little tweaks, those additions that make healthy eating, enjoyable, something you can actually stick with. And I think this deep dive has given us a lot to work with, a lot of inspiration for how to do that.
I think so, too. It's been a fascinating exploration of a pretty dynamic duo, I'd say.
So to wrap things up, let's encourage our listeners to embrace the unexpected, to, go beyond their usual, their culinary comfort zone and just see what's out there.
See what they can discover.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll find their new favorite food pairing.
Exactly.
Because we've seen sometimes the most intriguing combinations are the ones we least expect. So, dear listener, we challenge you. Get creative in the kitchen, experiment with butter and dates, and see what you find.
Yeah, have fun with it.
And as you embark on this culinary adventure, we'll leave you with a final thought-provoking question.
All right, lay it on us.
What other seemingly unusual food pairings might be hiding out there, just waiting to be explored? Happy exploring, everyone.